Hey everyone, I'm back with my thoughts now on the 1938 movie College Swing, starring George Burns, Gracie Allen, Martha Raye, Bob Hope, and Everett Horton. Now we find the movie starting in 1738 at a graduation ceremony where Gracie Alden is again denied graduation since she had failed in all her studies for the 9th year in a row. Now between her grandfather and the schoolmaster, they argue whether it will be possible for an Alden female to graduate from the school within 200 years. If one could, she would inherit the grandfather's money and take charge of the school. Otherwise, the money would be left to the school. Now, fast forward about 200 years, and the modern-day Gracie Alden, as played by a Gracie Allen, of course, is struggling with her studies and hires Bud Brady, Bob Hope, to be her tutor. Now, he cheats, getting a hold of the examination questions and researching the answers for her. She passes the exam and takes over the college, hiring many unorthodox professors. Now, this movie is a bit of an all-star comedy. It was made back during a time when the stars were generally under contract to one specific studio for like X number of years or whatever, usually drawing a weekly paycheck. And so sometimes the studios might stick a lot of their stars together in one movie just to get their money's worth. Besides the aforementioned stars, this movie also stars Betty Grable, at a time when the studios were still not quite sure what to do with her. Her then husband, Jackie Coogan, famous as the kid from Charlie Chaplin's The Kid, as well as being Uncle Fester in the 1960s TV show The Addams Family. Jerry Colonna. Now, most probably don't know his name or face, but I think they've heard his voice. Most particularly is the voice of the March Hare in Walt Disney's animated Alice in Wonderland. And John Payne, who is probably much better known for his role as Santa's lawyer Fred Gailey in the 1947 Miracle on 34th Street. Now, apparently we also have the Slate brothers here, who seem to veer into Three Stooges territory for humor, although they don't do it quite as well. Now, of course, the bigger stars of this movie also deserve a little focus, too. We have George Burns and Gracie Allen, although they are separated for a good part of the movie, with Gracie being given the focus. And if the very concept of Gracie being in charge of a college doesn't make you laugh, then you really don't know her, and I would suggest trying to find the George Burns and Gracie Allen show, the radio program that is, via podcast. Now, A College Swing is Bob Hope's second movie, made at a time when he hadn't quite fully developed his screen persona, although we can certainly see a few parts of it shining through. Everett Horton is truly hilarious here. I'll admit some of his comments are quite sexist, although I would like to think they are still funny because they stem from a total and complete fear of women. After all, I think the movie says his character has been in the jungle for nearly 20 years to avoid women entirely, and when we do see him meet any women, he rather comically runs from them. Now, the movie itself is rather fun. I don't think anybody can mistake it as being an accurate portrayal, even for then, of college life. At least, again, not if you consider the concept of Gracie being in charge of a college. But the movie should be worth some fun. Now, the movie is available on DVD from Universal in a bunch of different versions, but it's about 1 hour and 26 minutes in length. Well, that's all I have to say on this one, everybody. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll keep coming back for more.